You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know.
Whiplash 1459 says
I'll get
first.
back to it then. What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round.
Whiplash 1459 says, hey, you found your glasses.
I did. I can see
Whiplash 1459 says, where were they?
now. In the couch. And I looked in that couch and I tore that couch upside down.
Bentley Denine says, I am second.
Stuntman found him. And, I think they were hiding it
Bentley
from me.
Denine says, Laughtree.
I think they were hiding it from me. I think they were trying to see if
Whiplash 1459 says, Lamau, that's funny. Bentley Denine says the way he said in the couch. Whiplash 1459 says you're lucky they didn't break.
I'll bring it by.
I am very
Okay,
lucky they didn't
I got
break.
stuff to do.
But you know how hard it was for me to work today?
Bentley Denine says him in your server. Whiplash 1459 says aren't glasses like 100 to 200.
Not mine. Mine are more expensive than that. Hey, Whiplash. Yeah, I'm trying to find. That's not happening.
Whiplash 1459 says never gets old low.
Life and love, this is the
GTA Mod says who need cash in GTA DM me right now. Bentley Denine says be right back and go and subscribe to your YouTube.
Y'all ready for this?
Mira el
Stuntman
mira.
Fanatic one says hola.
Hola, mija.
Whiplash 1459 says GTA Mod no one needs your money on games, this is all harder in cash.
Mira el garaje, mira. Mira. Estoy organizando, mira.
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? ready for this?
Stuntman Fanatic once says Savi Hermoso.
Guess you're here.
Y'all ready for this?
Bentley Denine says sup.
It was
Whiplash 1459 says the last stream was probably the best stream we had.
yeah, we need to do that again.
Stuntman Fanatic once says why teams Cupacitotos Los Autos hey. Nate says F-bomb.
Go AWOL from the Cola Wars with an energizing mix of lemon, lime, 10 times the caffeine and sugar. Plus, mercury and benzene for that extra pop. Yo, it'll bring the temperature right up and the bubbles. Other beverages use carbon dioxide. We use ether to kick up that phase. Thanks to all
Bentley
that
Denine
mercury,
says now my car has ketchup all over it.
I pick up a sprung thermonuclear six-pack. Feels nerves and liven up the party. So as your friends are sprunking a grenade-shaped cannon into the sprung sweepstakes where you can win a real case of grenades. Sprung. Blow your thirst right off in that brand new taste explosion.
Nate says 60 people that were watching you loving your stream.
We actually got up to 70 people at one point on Saturday. It blew up.
Stuntman Fanatic once says laugh gree. Nate says yeah. Bentley Denine says my car. Nate says buy the most ugliest car and mod it out. Nate says I dare you. Bentley Denine says Whiplash stop it dude, I don't feel like doing this tonight. Whiplash 1459 says sorry Bentley, but that was funny lol. Whiplash 1459 says can you get the benefactor Panto?
Where's that at?
Bentley Denine says at Whiplash 1459 you good just please don't spam do it. Whiplash 1459 says that app. Whiplash 1459 says on the doors. Nate says Stuntman Dad what car did you buy? Whiplash 1459 says it's 87,000 I think. Bentley Denine says sorry Stuntman I didn't know it would do that. Bentley Denine says, bro, Whiplash, dude, seriously, why?
You're screwed!
Bentley Denine says, don't hit my car, please.
garage. You, need me to bring you a ride? I'll get there as soon as I can. There as soon as I can.
Tommy and Gina never back down. Tomorrow's getting harder, make no mistake.
Whiplash 1459 says I actually didn't mean to sorry. Bentley D9 says, Whiplash 1459 says Bentley that was on to. Whiplash 1459 says you. Whiplash 1459 says you moved on my boost ride when I boosted. Bentley D9 says in Whiplash 1459 you could have waited until I moved. Bentley D9 says no I didn't. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says, wow, Sadie Gina Los Autos. Bentley D9 says, what did he say?
Oh, that the cars look good.
There are plenty of ways that you can harm a man and bring him to the ground. You can beat him, you can cheat him, you can treat him bad and leave him when he's started. But I'm ready, yes, I'm ready for you. I'm standing on my own.
Whiplash 1459 says he said the cars look great. Bentley D9 says I agree. Whiplash 1459 says that car is fast Ingle. Whiplash 1459 says, but if you boost it with Vigilante, it will go to the moon, lol. Bentley Denine says you Wi-Fi WG. Whiplash 1459 says like no joke. Whiplash 1459 says I'm not joking, trust me.
Oh, brother.
Whiplash 1459 says we can try it, lol.
Alright, I'll make you happy.
Jeremiah Garrett says I'm gonna miss you in GTA.
Really? Why? Why do you say that?
Stuntman Fanatic once says laugh free, laugh free. Bentley Denine says that Jeremiah Garrett cuss I think he doesn't have the game. And it's getting taken off Game Pass 15th. Nate says you should buy the Western Rampant Rocket, it's on sale. Jeremiah Garrett says Game Pass lease tomorrow, don't matter if you buy it, still can play online. Jeremiah Garrett says I meant you can play online. Bentley Denine says I despise Whiplash to my very last atom. Jeremiah Garrett says it. Jeremiah Garrett, you can't.
Hang on.
Stuntman Fanatic once says. Whiplash 1459 says has blocking. Stuntman Fanatic once says como Whaler. Bentley Denine says what the Whiplash.
He goes flying.
Bentley Denine says I'm blocking Whiplash as ignoring me. I asked him nicely to stop and he won't. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says laugh free, laugh free.
Bentley, are you gonna be the CEO or what? What are we doing?
Whiplash 1459 says bro for boosting Stuntman. Bentley Denine says that. Whiplash 1459 says I didn't kill Bentley once. Whiplash 1459 says, Devil, can I buy that panto? Deveginous Aspicial says no. Whiplash 1459 says blue. Bentley Denine says at Deveginous Aspicial, can you help me keep Whiplash away from me? Whiplash 1459 says it's not that bad cause I crashed into you a few times. Whiplash 1459 says like Browski. Whiplash 1459 says brother's a baby. Bentley Denine says purposefully boosted me multiple times, asterisk.
Alright, Bentley, you gonna be the CEO? Otherwise, I'll go on my CEO.
Whiplash 1459 says it's not that bad, G&G. Bentley Denine says at Whiplash 1459 and not I'm asking you to stop nicely and you aren't. Bentley Denine says I invited you, Stuntman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bentley Denine says at Whiplash 1459 it's annoying.
Invite me again.
Stuntman Fanatic 1 says Dallo mismo del sabato que no peli.
What is that?
Bentley Denine says it says you aren't available.
We resign.
Bentley Denine says I think you're in a business already, check.
No, I just quit.
Whiplash 1459 says Bentley, are you suspended on Xbox?
Nate!
Bentley Denine says at Whiplash 1459 no why. Whiplash 1459 says it. Deveginous Aspicial says I'd weigh a Whiplash Yuru done. Whiplash 1459 says low. Bentley Denine says yeah go Devo.
What are we doing, Bentley?
No way.
Mason Caro says what's up. I didn't even know he was on.
We can do it. We can do this. Look at that.
Mason Caro says yo.
What's going on, Mason?
Mason Caro says guess what?
What? Oh, look at you. This car is so big. Look at this. How big this car is. That is huge.
Mason Caro says I bought the Bravado Banshee GTS and I still got 1 mil. Stuntman Fanatic once says otro igual. Stuntman Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account. Whiplash 1459 says the GTS is terrible. Mason Caro says why is the car in the way, bro?
I don't know, not there.
Whiplash 1459 says it's fast but takes forever and terrible traction. Mason Caro says it's like the fastest car in the game.
What is it called?
Bentley D9 says him at my office about to source a vehicle. Hold on.
Alright.
Nate says Stuntman Dad follow me. Whiplash 1459 says yeah, but it takes forever to accelerate and it has bad traction. The Evangelist Spicule says course you're on law. Mason Caro says Bravado Banshee GTS, this is what the car is called. Mason Caro says Stuntman.
Okay, get the car and bring it to the warehouse. And remember, you're gonna get a body shop bill for any damage.
Mason Caro says him not on. Stuntman Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account. Mason Caro says when I joined was I late. Whiplash 1459 says way blood. Whiplash 1459 says how. Nate says what the heck dude. Whiplash 1459 says I was just driving, didn't see y'all.
Sure.
Nate says, sure, buddy. Whiplash 1459 says bad timing now. Mason Caro says you can't park there anyways, law. Whiplash 1459 says I saw y'all but didn't think it was going to crash. Whiplash 1459 says okay, Dev, I get it. Whiplash 1459 says you can stop now more. Nate says you went startup towards us, bro. Mason Caro says, hey buddy, I don't think you can park the helicopter there, lol, there's not a parking spot. Mason Caro says, how much money do you have if you don't mind me asking on GTA?
I have 8.8 million. I mean, you mean right now, or how much money I've made in GTA?
Mason Caro says, sheesh. Mason Caro says you're rich.
Rich, frugal. Wait a second.
Stuntman Fanatic one says no, he's Rico Almighty, he's me.
Wait a second.
Stuntman Fanatic one says left,
Where's your thing at? Where's
Mason Caro says you got it. More than me, I ain't gonna like cause I keep spending money.
Bentley, where's your
Stuntman Fanatic one says law. Bentley D9 says imagine being the house owner to Alicia's mouth. Bentley D9 says the bottom. Mason Caro says everybody be quiet so we can talk.
By LSIA?
Bentley D9 says at the top of airport.
At the top of airport. Okay, good. Alright. Here we go, because I think this is going to be, there we go. I knew it!
Bentley D9 says it more to the left odd where you marked. Mason Caro says you're so close to blowing up.
Can you give me like a waypoint or something? Oh, I gotta be up. Okay, alright, I got this.
Whiplash 1459 says tell Devan Wi-Fi to stop trying to kill me. Mason Caro says NPC, do you have to move out the way, you can't park there.
Oh, this is Not straight away.
Whiplash 1459 says I ain't even do none. The Vegenous Aspicial says wah 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 starts fight and cries. Bentley D9 says keep killing Whiplash. The Vegenous Aspicial says you killed me trying to have fun. Mason Caro says what's up demo. Bentley D9 says W Devil. Whiplash 1459 says okay Bentley I'm coming for you. Mason Caro says Devil I meant. The Vegenous Aspicial says hey, you know Mason being harassed for nothing. Mason Caro says, how is everybody's amazing day been so far?
My day has been fantastic now that I found my glasses and I can see.
GTA Mod says, who need cash in GTA, DM me right now. Mason Caro says, I'm glad to hear that.
Couldn't see anything all day today.
Mason Caro says I'm just feeling awesome. Mason Caro says and happy. Bentley D9 says Devil Whiplash killing me for no reason, bro. Please help. The Vegenous Aspicial says, no, I'm here. Mason Caro says, then you get a paid 3,720. Come on, guys. It's so killing each other. Whiplash 1459 says you need Devo to help. Whiplash 1459 says and wife. Whiplash 1459 says because you're bad at the game, Bentley.
Ball.
The Vegenous Aspicial says, why me? I clap you every time. Bentley D9 says that Whiplash 1459 stop.
Everybody stop.
Mason Caro says, okay, guys, keep it friendly. Okay, okay. Nate says, family friendly guys. Stuntman Fanatic once says that Mason Caro okay amageables. Whiplash 1459 says nah, I'm good Bentley. Mason Caro says come on Whiplash be nice okay. Mason Caro says everybody be nice to each other, Dad. Bentley D9 says that Whiplash 1459 you're gonna stop Stuntman doesn't want fighting. Whiplash 1459 says, Bentley, you started it. Mason Caro says each other. Whiplash 1459 says you need Devo to help. The Vegenous Aspicule says as you're trying to kill me now. Stuntman Fanatic once says at Whiplash 1459 no Kellys. Bentley D9 says him and just ignore him, he gotta be like 8 keeping the fight going. Whiplash 1459 says bro devil you keep trying to kill me. Mason Caro says me and Whiplash was killing each other and he was trying to make a stop and I did. Whiplash 1459 says nah I'm older than 8. Whiplash 1459 says bro I literally told Devil to stop killing me. Whiplash 1459 says like Devil, this game ain't that serious. Mason Caro says Stuntman, am I ready? We gotta keep a friend. Bentley D9 says at Whiplash 1459 now you know how I feel when I told you to stop. Mason Caro says I meant right. The Vegenous Aspicule says you killed me first dog. Bentley D9 says at the Vegenous Aspicule, yeah, go devil. Mason Caro says, guys, if you don't keep it friendly.
Don't make me turn this stream around.
Mason Caro says, guys, just chill out. Dang, everybody has to take so serious. Whiplash 1459 says, oh my god. Whiplash 1459 says, bro, can we all just stop doing this? The Vegenous Aspicule says it's not taking it serious. It's them causing fights and crying after. Mason Caro says, say sorry to each other, guys, please. Whiplash 1459 says, stop killing me.
Bentley, are you ready?
The Vegenous Aspicule says he does this every time. Bentley D9 says 1 sec. Whiplash 1459 says, but it's not that serious. The Vegenous Aspicule says, Whiplash, take note. Kill me and I will kill back. Either keep the trigger finger in check, or this will happen. Whiplash 1459 says like DA. Mate says, Devo, are you in your AC 130? Mason Caro says, are we done yet? People are friendly or no? Nate says friendly. Mason Caro says, I just feel like helping you, Stuntman. Whiplash 1459 says, bro, dev for your age, you're A and you're old. Whiplash 1459 says, Stuntman Fanatic one says, Cuando elimina no Dejan de Pella. Mason Caro says, alright, quit. The Vegenous Aspicule says I'm 21 and that's rich coming from you. Mason Caro says alright. Mason Caro says kitty. The Vegenous Aspicule says least I got a Brian. Stuntman Fanatic one says. Whiplash 1459 says GNG just stop killing. The Vegenus Aspicial says, and the fact you start issues and keep crying is insane. Mason Caro says, guys, just keep it friendly, dang bro, like what are we doing, lol? Nate says, no, this happened before Watpu got mad at me, and I got mad at him. Watpu got Stuntman Dad involved. Nate says, and said hell and follow him. Mason Caro says, send me, your car's gonna look tough, lol. Mason Caro says, I said your car is gonna look cool, lol. Mason Caro says sorry, am messing up my words. Mason Caro says my bad. Whiplash 1459 says, Dev, can you just stop? The Vegenus Aspicial says, hell, nitrogen monoxide. Mason Caro says, Stan, man, tell him what you told me. If I shoot them, then you can shoot me back. Or something like that. The Vegenus Aspicial says you keep starting issues, dog.
Everybody, I don't get what is the issue with you guys. Oh my god.
Whiplash 1459 says, on my god, it's not that bad, bro. Mason Caro says, well, you remember when me and Whiplash was fighting and he told us to quit, that's what I meant.
That's what I'm saying, everybody just quit.
Whiplash 1459 says you're a baby. The Vegenus Aspicial says Whiplash killed me trying to show you something and now is crying. Whiplash 1459 says it's not that bad, cause. Whiplash 1459 says 21-year-old crying over a game. The Vegenus Aspicial says, how am I crying, LMAO? The Vegenus Aspicial says, please explain me defending. Mason Caro says you guys are just getting mad at each other, stop it. It's not that serious, bro, serious. The Vegenus Aspicial says I just wanted to do the stunt jump, man. He railgunned me. Stuntman Fanatic once says Rockula beat, Rockula beat. The Vegenus Aspicial says I'm not blind. Nate says devil was your user. Mason Caro says you can even ask Stuntman, it's not even that serious, bro. The Vegenus Aspicial says in Sybil 6-4. Mason Caro says something, to be honest. I don't think they're gonna be friendly. Are you gonna switch over to baseball?
No, I'm gonna play. I just wanna...
The Vegenous Aspicial says I'm getting in a normal car. If I die to him, he's getting griefed and has no ground to talk. Mason Caro says, oh my gosh, guys, stop. It's getting annoying, actually. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says, welcome, follow the account. Mason Caro says, I said be friendly. That means to be friendly, guys. Stop it, okay, thank you. Mason Caro says she. The Vegenous Aspicial says, look, I gave my ultimanium. I'm leaving it. I want to chill. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says that Mason Caro de Yalos. Mason Caro says she's. The Vegenous Aspicial says, yeah, he's in a Torito mouth. Whiplash 1459 says, okay, what about it? Bentley D9 says that Whiplash 1459 am crying. Mason Caro says your song is sus lol. The Vegenous Aspicial says you are gonna use the missiles. I'm not dense. The Vegenous Aspicial says I know how you was due. Whiplash 1459 says no, I'm not. Bentley D9 says I'm crying and laughing at the same time.
Okay,
The Vegenous
well, first
Aspicial
problem,
says
the
I'm
car
laughing
belongs to a
myself.
warlord.
Lol.
Second problem, it won't start without an electronic key. Third problem, one of the warlord's bodyguards has the key. He's having a party, so get over there and try to find it. And maybe do things quiet.
Stuntman Fanatic 1 says. Bentley D9 says I already finished the delivery. Bentley D9 says you got I at the moment I pulled up to my warehouse lol. Mason Caro says, are we friendly now? Sounds like it's friendly, right? The Vegenous Aspicial says I'm chilling yet, only if he starts issues. The Vegenous Aspicial says RN just driving mice type relaxing.
This cannot be happening.
Mason Caro says if you guys start another madness stuff, then him getting off the stream I was gonna watch. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says Sigma 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 Donistara. Bentley D9 says that Mason Caro real.
Él está enojado, te digo después.
Mason Caro says wanna hear all this madness. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says okay. The Vegenus Aspicial says, seriously, dude, what is the need? Mason Caro says, I meant no, I did not want to hear it. Whiplash 1459 says what? The Vegenus Aspicial says, don't what me. Mason Caro says, your car looks cool all. Whiplash 1459 says, I didn't mean to boost you, I didn't think Torita did that. Mason Caro says, do you think Michael Jackson needs to try that law? The Vegenus Aspicial says, you really think lying is gonna work? Mason Caro says, oh my gosh, bro, I saw that. Mason Caro says law. Mason Caro says law. The Vegenus Aspicial says you have boosted people in that before. Whiplash 1459 says having fun there, Stuntman.
I am.
Bentley D9 says, hey Stuntman, have you heard about Palm Beach Pete? And people thinking has the island guy. Mason Caro says, how bad can your car look like? Mason Caro says, how bad can your car look like? The Vegenus Aspicial says law. Stuntman Fanatic once says, Whiplash 1459 says my bad dad. Whiplash 1459 says I actually didn't mean to. Mason Caro says who's in the Batman mobile car law, by the way. You can't park there law. Whiplash 1459 says I'm just trying to mess around, sorry. Bentley D9 says in Whiplash 1459 you're so cooked.
Are we ready?
The Vegenus Aspicial says, dude, him just stay in my deluxe Oingle. Mason Caro says, how do you do that? Luca Lofty says, wish I could play with you guys tonight. Bentley D9 says, Stuntman turn on low rider and drive around. Bentley D9 says, I'm out.
Bentley, are you ready?
Bentley D9 says him sourcing a car as soon as you said that.
Okay, the owner of this car is willing to give it to anyone who can beat his point-to-point personal best. Get out there, beat it. The car is ours.
Mason Caro says your car looks so tough. I wish I had that. Bro, is that from my NPC, by the way?
Yes.
Mason Caro says when I ever get on, you want to have a race with the cars.
Yeah. Oopsie.
Mason Caro says I think that would be a cold event. Mason Caro says event. Mason Caro says I think that would be a cool event.
I am invincible. I am a superhero.
Stuntman Fanatic one says laugh free, laugh free.
I am a superhero.
Stuntman
I
Fanatic
am
one
a
says
god.
law.
I cannot be. Nobody can take me down. I survived that terrible thing. Completely survived. Look what I survived.
Whiplash 1459 says, oh yeah, Stuntman.
I still survived.
Stuntman Fanatic one says. The Vegenus Aspicial says you say that law. Mason Caro says, dude, you just landed it like nothing law. Mason Caro says, who's in that Batman mobile? You can't park there. Mason Caro says law. Mason Caro says law. Bentley D9 says everybody else get in a car and come to me. Stuntman Fanatic
What you
one
need, boss?
says
Some
law.
wheels? I can bring them around.
Stuntman Fanatic one says law.
It's on the way.
The Vegenus Aspicial says squish law. Mason Caro says NSTUNTMAN Fanatic one Holocomostus. Whiplash 1459 says brothers going gambling. Stuntman Fanatic one says that Mason Caro Hola Bean White Como Estuvo to deal. Mason Caro says him watching Stuntman and him seeing chaos right now. Mason Caro says who has the cops on them, bro. Whiplash 1459 says, I'm sorry, Bentley, I thought you were cop. Whiplash 1459 says, I didn't mean it.
Whiplash go-to phrase is, I didn't mean it.
Mason Caro says, I think, and I see you guys do a chase at the end.
I'm down for that.
Bentley D9 says, oh my. The Evangelist Spicule says actual catchphrase. Mason Caro says F. Mason Caro says you. Bentley D9 says he blew me up, I end the job. Mason Caro says C. Mason Caro says K. Whiplash 1459 says I didn't mean to. Bentley D9 says I can't handle Whiplash, dude, has so annoying and comes up with excuses and all this. And that. The Evangelist Spicule says, dude, it's actually his catchphrase.
Yeah, he's gonna trademark it.
Whiplash 1459 says, bro, I'm not making excuses. Mason Caro says, dude, come on, no, stop it. We are doing just fine. Whiplash 1459 says, bro, oh my god. The Evangelist Spicule says that's an excuse, lol. Mason Caro says, alright, I'm getting off, bro. I'm tired of feeling this. Mason Caro says, can you make a stop or I'm gonna have to get off? Bentley D9 says my game crashed it. The Evangelist Spicule says, dude, making him stop is actually impossible, please. He can't not let his impulses win. Whiplash 1459 says, bro, I'm not making excuses. Bentley D9 says that the Evangelist Spicule he blew to say something like I have had. The Evangelist Spicule says we're past that dag. Mason Caro says, oh my gosh, for the last time, can you guys stop? I'm begging you, bro, just stop. The Evangelist Spicule says, ironic I do and I can control mine. Mason Caro says, stun. Can you tell them to stop?
I did. But they don't, both of them, nobody wants me to get mad. Nobody likes me.
Bentley D9 says, same I have had. The Evangelist Spicule says I have severed and my impulses can be controlled lol. The Evangelist Spicule says asterisk severe. Whiplash 1459 says I wasn't going to say that and that has different levels. Bentley D9 says yeah. Mason Caro says here's one thing, we're here to have fun, not get mad at each other, okay? Bentley Denine says at Whiplash 1459 my uncle has the worst ADHD and he can control it. Mason Caro says for dude. Rolando says at STUNTMAN fanatic when you have just reached level 21. The Evangelist Espicule says like it's really not hard to let him plus his pass by dog. Whiplash 1459 says bro I didn't blame it on my head. Bentley Denine says okay I'm sorry I'ma stop talking if it's a fight.
You're through to HQ. That shouldn't be a problem. I'll have your personal vehicle collected as soon as possible.
Stuntman Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account. The Evangelist Espicule says guided, watch out stunt.
I can tell.
The Evangelist Espicule says he left NVM. The Evangelist Espicule says he tried to get me low. Mason Caro says welcome and follow the account. Mason Caro says Stuntman am hearing no fighting now and how come I don't hear Sigma Sigma Sigma.
I don't think he's on. Is he on?
The Evangelist Espicule says Waku isn't on run. The Evangelist Espicule says so no. Mason Caro says I was getting tired of hearing Sigma 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 lol. The Evangelist Espicule says it's his fun. Mason Caro says him just saying.
dynasties go.
Stuntman Fanatic once says that Mason Caro Mimi Gusta. The Vegenus Aspicule says they don't go.
I wonder how far this car will go.
The Vegenus Aspicule says infinitely around the mat.
You think?
Stuntman Fanatic once says Sigma Sigma Thumb Thumb. Mason Caro says I think we're chill now, right, Stunt? Man.
I think we are.
The Vegenus Aspicule says I know they do law. Mason Caro says I think we're chill now, right, Stunt? Man.
I think we are, yeah.
The Vegenus Aspicule says I know they do. The Vegenus Aspicule says, but yeah, peace acquired. Mason Caro says sorry for saying it twice, my bad. Stuntman Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account. The Vegenus Aspicule says what we think of the OSK Civic stunt.
What is the OSK Civic? Oh, this is that car that you have right now?
Mason Caro says that's what I like to see, you trying to be a good civilian, lol. The Vegenus Aspicule says my car.
Did this guy not get the light?
Mason Caro says you guys should go to the airport and race. The Vegenus Aspicule says it I'm slow. Mason Caro says, are you trying to be a good civilian right now?
Me? I'm trying to follow
The
this guy.
Vegenus Aspicule says I can only go 90.
I want to see how far this guy goes. He has to go somewhere, right?
Mason Caro says, yeah, true.
I think he's gonna go to the Dashan.
Mason Caro says I feel like they're gonna go round circles.
No, I think he's gonna park the car at the bus stop. Or in here. He's going in there. He's going in. Oh, come on. I almost went in there. Come on, get in the parking lot. Get in the parking lot. Come on.
The Evangelist Espikiel says I bet we will. Mason Caro says, oh, we got a civilian breaking the law. Whiplash 1459 says 67. Whiplash 1459 says 67 67 67 67 67 67 678. Mason Caro says whose name used to be 67. Mason Caro says is he on here anymore or is it Whiplash?
It was Whiplash.
Whiplash 1459 says it was mine. Mason Caro says I didn't know you changed your name Whiplash.
He's changed his name a few times.
Mason Caro says, well, kinda I did what kind of night, you know what I mean. Whiplash 1459 says thumb.
I didn't do it. I didn't do this.
The Evangelist Espikiel says I'm out. The Evangelist Espikiel says I'd move. The Evangelist Espikiel says car's on fire.
The firefighters are not helping either.
Mason Caro says I think that man is scared of the fire department law. The Evangelist Espikiel says the temptations to blow all that up. Stuntman Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account.
I know. I am tempted to.
The Evangelist Espikiel says I'd leave if you value your life.
I can survive it. Do it. I bet you'll survive it. I can survive this. Here we go. Oh!
The Evangelist Espikiel says you sure.
I survived that.
Mason Caro says how about you get out of your car and spot it.
I survived some of it.
The Evangelist Espikiel says it this game way more than you do law. The Evangelist Espikiel says I have 20 KOs total. Mason Caro says now you guys just cost chaos. The Vegenus Aspicial says good chaos.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mason Caro says it's okay cause GTA is always chaos law. Mason Caro says what the heck did that stranger come from law?
Alright, hang on.
The Vegenus Aspicial says I got it.
You can't park there.
The Vegenus Aspicial says random law. Mason Caro says, hey Siri, you can't park there. Mason Caro says law. Mason Caro says, yeah, dude, that is not a parking spot. The Vegenus Aspicial says, oh, it's a level 29. The Vegenus Aspicial says, have your car whiplash. Mason Caro says, please leave the 29 level alone, has probably a noob. The Vegenus Aspicial says, have your 6 car. The Vegenus Aspicial says got the fire truck. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says welcome, follow the account. Whiplash 1 for 5-9 says no, Mason, the level 29 was trying to kill me.
Level 29 killed me.
Mason Caro says I have a car that is their name. Mason Caro says 6. Mason Caro says you're in the van cause you're gonna pick up a civilian law. Mason Caro says you're in the van cause you're gonna pick up a stripper law.
Okay, you're almost there. There's a cargo bomb chopper waiting at the rendezvous point.
Oh, you got
Get in, attach the cargo hook to your van, and fly the whole thing to the buyer's barge. When I got into this business, I will never know.
Mason Caro says I was just kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
Mason Caro says I am so sorry for saying that I was just kidding.
No, it's fine. I mean, I've done that before on this, but not on this kind of car.
The Evangelist Spicule says it would be funny.
Well, you can't because you can't blow the horn, because when you blow the horn, you just let a little one of those things out.
Mason Caro says, what am I?
I'm reading the manual here. Position yourself above the vehicle. Remember to...
Mason Caro says, what time is it for you in law?
For me, it's 7:33.
The Evangelist Spicule says 10:33. Mason Caro says for me, it's 933. Mason Caro says we all live in different states.
That was a whale.
And the sale is made. You get the cash. I get not to worry about being caught with that stuff in the club and sent to the can. It's a win for both of us.
Mason Caro says I like to move it. Move it. I like to move it, move it. How do you like to move it? The Evangelist Spicule says pick me up. The Evangelist Spicule says pick my lightning up law. Stuntman Fanatic once says laugh free, laugh free, laugh free. The Evangelist Spicule says The Vegenus Aspicule says up higher. The Vegenus Aspicule says my roof, not my sidle mouth. Mason Caro says, since you're in there, are you having fun, lol? The Vegenus Aspicule says certified we eat.
And see ya.
Mason Caro says the music is so tough. The Vegenus Aspicule says nitrogen monoxide WHY. Mason Caro says it's chillin'.
Baby, can't you see?
Mason Caro says you got 15 people in here. The Vegenus Aspicule says I didn't have a parachute, dog. Mason Caro says now 14.
Yeah, no. You were caught unprepared.
The Vegenus Aspicule says my truck lived, you'll know.
Oh, really?
The Vegenus Aspicule says invite me now. You got after that. The Vegenus Aspicule says, yeah, it was missing a door, but smoking. Mason Caro says, dude, that's why there's no way your truck lived low.
Did you clip that though, by the way?
The Vegenus Aspicule says it drove though. The Vegenus Aspicule says, yeah,
Okay, these buyers can't be seen to touch down on U.S. soil, so they're picking up the shipments at altitude. Get your Marshall off-roader and get to the site.
I hate this mission.
Mason Caro says I wish I was on, but I'm just off for tonight. The Vegenus Aspicule says again, man, unlucky. Mason Caro says because it's already 939 for me. Stuntman Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account. Mason Caro says I don't think you could park there on the road. The Vegenus Aspicule says I hate rock stars so much.
Why? What happened?
Whiplash 1459 says I got to go, guys. Bye.
Alright, Whiplash.
The Vegenus Aspicule says spawn my truck 1,000 feet away.
Yeah, that mechanic must know what they're doing.
Mason Caro says I think it kicked Devo. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says that Whiplash 1459 put date. Mason Caro says, oh, never mind. Whiplash 1459 says, good night, he'll see you Wednesday.
I will see you Wednesday.
The Vegenus Aspicule says I'm with Stunt still.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere.
Mason Caro says, see you Wednesday, Whiplash. Have a good night. Whiplash 1459 says it's who. Mason Caro says thank you, Whiplash. Mason Caro says I think he just has a speed bump. Mason Caro says I think you did. Mason Caro says drive the monster truck to drive it for fun. The Vegenus Aspicule says got the rear rotor. Mason Caro says I don't think the helicopter can park there. Mason Caro says low.
I thought I was really gonna be able to jump over that. Stay there. Stay there. Don't move.
The Evangelist Aspicial says NCO. Mason Caro says it's okay, it's on accident. Omega Sigma says sorry, very late, had the tournament for.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you had that tournament.
Omega
today. I forgot
Sigma
about that.
says hell let loose. Mason Caro says brother, open your trunk.
All right, so
Omega Sigma says hello stuntman.
what's going on, Waku? All right, there we go.
Mason Caro says, bro, you missed out Sigma. The Evangelist Aspicial says invisible wall, I can see it. Mason Caro says, I know you can do it, go on top and try to ramp on his
I
truck.
believe, is everything sold.
The Evangelist
Next time you see those
Aspicial says
weapons,
you
they'll
can't
be
get
on the
in.
news.
Omega Sigma says my name is Waku and it isn't saying Sigma. Mason Caro says, yeah, I know.
Alright. I'm gonna go to the nightclub. Got some stuff to do.
The Evangelist Aspicial says it's cool, it's modern. Mason Caro says go back and go fast. The Evangelist Aspicial says stop trying.
Oh crap. It's happening. It's happening.
Omega Sigma says law. The Evangelist Aspicial says CO, please.
I thought I sent you an invite.
Rolando says at Omega Sigma you have just reached level 10. Mason Caro says no, not this again, Sigma. Why did you do it again?
Thank you.
Omega Sigma says it because in showing support. Omega Sigma says to Stuntman.
This is funny. What happened?
Mason Caro says it's kinda getting annoying. I know they're telling supporters, but it's also getting annoying. The Evangelist Aspicial says the no event law. The Evangelist Aspicial says I despawned on you.
Really?
The Evangelist Aspicial says I clipped IT. Omega Sigma says in a join. Mason Caro says if I had something I would support you, Stuntman. Omega Sigma says you basically are supporting him while being in the line.
You are.
Stuntman Fanatic once says exacto. The Evangelist Spicule says send you the clip. Mason Caro says is it ever gonna stop Paul?
It will.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Stuntman Fanatic once says Ella Foilis QS Kanaka Wycombe pardon. Mason Caro says I'm just kidding. I'm just waiting for patience. Please stop it.
Wow. So he just spawned out of nowhere? Unbelievable. That is crazy.
The Evangelist Spicule says like this van is like that FLO. Stuntman Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account. Omega Sigma 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 says I can help you stuntman once I actually get in the session. The Evangelist Spicule says that was still insane though. The Evangelist Spicule says good call, what do I'm in now? The Evangelist Spicule says never seen that before. The Evangelist Spicule says, but it's been like full for a full 2 hours.
It actually started with one person. You're talking about the lobby? It was a public lobby with just me and
Omega Sigma 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 says, oh Lord. The Evangelist Spicule says, but Wi-Fi is in stunt, so we go that too. The Evangelist Spicule says Wi-Fi can be here if need be. The Evangelist Spicule says he's outside the NC now. Mason Caro says at the end of the stream, you guys should do a chase. Mason Caro says, how about this time they are in the cop car?
Oh yeah, everybody with a cop car? Yeah, that actually would be fun.
Stuntman Fanatic once says, welcome, follow the account. Mason Caro says that would look really cool. I could have bought a cop car, but I wanted to buy the Banshee. The Vegenus Aspicial says, bro.
Did that get you too?
Mason Caro says, next time when I have the money, should I buy a cop car?
They're kind of a waste of money.
The
But if you
Vegenus
have the money to
Aspicial
waste it, I
says,
guess.
nitrogen monoxide mines, you killed my car.
Over. Your car couldn't survive one of those landmine things?
The Vegenus Aspicial says, yes, IT told you.
Oh,
The Vegenus Aspicial says it's Centorno. Omega Sigma 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 says him in the lobby now. Once you get a chance, can I please get ACO invited?
yes.
The Vegenus Aspicial says, how would a one-missile non-weaponized car survive that?
I didn't know that was that kind of car. I thought you had more of a reinforced car.
The Vegenus Aspicial says you saw me drive past you. There is actually nitrogen monoxide way.
I don't know the car.
The
That's
Vegenus
thing.
Aspicial says I give up name.
I don't know the cars. I know I saw you drive by. Shit.
Mason Caro says GTA is so stupid now. Mason Caro says I'm sorry to say this, but it is. The Vegenus Aspicial says IT is a Lambo. Well, that's enough. They don't make tanks, so our tractors law.
I think the Vigilante is the funniest one. It looks so tanky, but it doesn't take anything.
The Vegenus Aspicial says the tractors they did the bark in the 1920s law. Mason Caro says him at the end of the fastest car in the game to GTA. Wouldn't I be sick? Mason Caro says, dude, I messed up. Mason Caro says, hold up, dude, let me say this, fudge nuggets, dude. Mason Caro says imagine he had the fastest car in here in GTA V Online. Wouldn't that be cool? The Evangelist Aspicial says now Stunt here is your proof.
Man, one-shot deal, huh? We could have used that as a getaway car, though.
The Evangelist Aspicial says Nakus, you didn't believe it. I was showing I can recall.
No, I didn't say I didn't believe you. I said I don't know the cars. So I don't know what cars are tankier than others. I mean, I know that, like, Duke of Death and stuff like that and a Night Shark, but that's about it.
The Evangelist Aspicial says OMB low. Mason Caro says I've been in your stream every day. Mason Caro says that's crazy.
Because you're having fun.
Mason Caro says the reason why I've been in this stream every day is because we have fun.
We do have fun. I have fun every day.
Hey, you made the sale. You got the money running through the tills, and in a minute you'll have receipts for everything. Minus the laundering
The
fee.
Evangelist Aspicial says why I've been tuning in LOL modded account or not. Mason Caro says, but people like to get naughty.
Whose car is that? Is that an NPC car? No, right?
Stuntman Fanatic 1 says 26. The Evangelist Aspicial says although I have been carrying my own music cause I get sick of the house single. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says welcome, follow the account. Mason Caro says no idea.
Oh no. I'm gonna end up at the airport, aren't I? Yep. Ta-da!
Mason Caro says, will you be online tomorrow?
I might be with the, playing baseball.
Mason Caro says when I join you, can I drive your cop car, but I'm talking about like tomorrow or something.
Sure.
Omega Sigma 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 says sorry texting someone.
You mean to tell me that I asked for an aircraft and it does not deliver it at the airport? What's that? Where the hell did it deliver this at?
Mason Caro says, how did you manage to get to the airport when you was by your nightclub?
Because I stepped out and it put me in there. Magic.
Mason Caro says, well, that's dumb.
Not if I wanted to
The
go to the airport.
Vegenus Aspicial says, probably gotta go invite. The Vegenus Aspicial says you're glitched out. Mason Caro says, do you know how to get the submarine? I don't have it unlocked yet.
What, the Kosaka? I don't know, buy it on a board stock, I guess.
Mason Caro says, yeah. Mason Caro says, do you know what mission is at?
It's no mission, you just buy it, I think, out of war stock. You have to buy the Kosaka.
Mason Caro says no. When you start, you have the submarine locked.
Again?
Mason Caro says right Sigma. The Vegenus Aspicial says, yeah, you need to leave servers, bud. Mason Caro says reload on GTA. The Vegenus Aspicial says I'll make an invite.
What I don't want to do
Bentley
is...
Denine says guess who's back.
You are back.
Bentley Denine says, oh, that spoiled it.
Hey, Jeff, I don't want to be in an invite session, though.
The Vegenus Aspicial says, well, you can't fly stunt.
Are you in an invite only?
The Vegenus Aspicial says, well, how you gonna sell then? You can't open the cell.
I can. I just
The
going into the
Vegenus
nightclub.
Aspicial says, just joined on ya.
No, I can do
Bentley
it.
Denine says, is Waku here?
I can do it. Hang on. I'm going to the nightclub, and sometimes it does that.
The Evangelist Aspicial says, and then envy your persistence.
I never give up.
The Evangelist Aspicial says I will laugh if it does it again. The Evangelist Aspicial says Ann will know you need to change servers.
Alright.
Stuntman Fanatic once says, welcome, follow the account. Mason Caro says, good night everybody, I'm getting off. I have a wonderful night, Stuntman.
Alright, man, I'll see you Wednesday, Jason. Or Tuesday if I play baseball.
Mason Caro says, okie dokie. Stuntman Fanatic once says, cuidado mucho.
I'm not at the airport.
Mason Caro says if it does again, restart GTA. Just telling you before I get off. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says hashtag FYP. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says hashtag FYP. Omega Sigma 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 says sorry, still texting this person, just going over this toxic group. We was in Red Dead Redemption, be we?
Oh, okay.
Omega Sigma 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 says got into a Hell Let Loose group. Omega Sigma 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 says it's non-toxic, no pressure members, and funny as fuck.
Ah. Is he gonna stream doing that, or is this people in this Discord?
Omega Sigma 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 says it. I think some of them stream, not sure, but a Discord server. Omega Sigma 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 says also you can't park. Omega Sigma 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 says theory.
We got a man hit! Get a move! Stupid motherfucker! You ain't going nowhere! Now, we lost one! Die! Fuck, my gun! Motherfucker! You fucking asshole!
Swing, better, swing! I won.
Stuntman Fanatic 1 says welcome, follow the account. Omega Sigma 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 says TikTok is acting up.
Is it really?
Stuntman Fanatic 1 says 33 thumb.
Ya vi? If you guys are joining us for the first time, drop us a follow. If you're watching here, that means TikTok thinks that you should be watching.
Omega
us.
Sigma 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 says yeah, it's all Mason fault. Omega Sigma 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 says joking. The Evangelist Spicule says, yeah, I got you followed low.
I'm gonna make a t-shirt that says I'm here for the DJ.
Stuntman Fanatic one says Dilo Watku Cusea Escucha Bean Cuando Escribe. The Evangelist Spicule says, do not waste your time, it's too expensive.
Too expensive for what?
Stuntman Fanatic one says, Cuando se escucha Sigma Sigma Sigma. The Evangelist Spicule says it's almost a 100 to make shirts now.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Omega Sigma 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 says, alright, I should be back to actually play now, cry emoji.
I mean... Eventually I'd like to have this grow up to be, you know, merch or whatever, but I mean, obviously, it's not there.
The Evangelist Spicule says it's a little too high. Stuntman Fanatic one says, laugh gree, laugh gree, laugh gree.
Don't you know?
I smell 10 deliveries.
Stuntman Fanatic one says, welcome, follow the account. The Evangelist Espikiel says how many people is in your server. I'ma rejoin.
27.
Omega Sigma 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 says 27,345 people. Omega Sigma 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 says 27,345 people. The Evangelist Espikiel says DK if I can, but I'll try. The Evangelist Espikiel says lol.
What do you think is going to be the limit of players in GTA 6? You think they'll bump it up to like 40?
The Evangelist Espikiel says I think I'm in. Omega Sigma 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 says maybe 50 or 100.
That would be a lot.
The Evangelist Espikiel says isn't it 60 per area? Stuntman Fanatic once says calmest.
No, todavía no. Pero ya pronto.
Stuntman Fanatic once says no mi había dado cuenta que ustedes bien con los lentes. Stuntman Fanatic once says,
I'll work with it later.
Omega Sigma 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 says I want to make a car called the Viper. Omega Sigma 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 says one. Omega Sigma 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 says misery.
This level right here is gonna be all of the old-timey looking
Stuntman
cars.
Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account. Omega Sigma 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 says, oh Lord, I can't spell today. Omega Sigma 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 says I want a mystery car at Diamond Casino called the Viper.
The Viper? That's lewd! Who are you?
Omega Sigma 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 says I'ma show you.
Alright, I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna try to get in to my nightclub without falling into the airport. Yeah, I made it. Oh, give me a dot.
Thank you for following.
Hey, thank you for following, Karadan.
The color of my dreams tonight. The color of my dreams tonight. The color of my dreams tonight.
Okay, Marcel.
Really that far away?
Stuntman Fanatic once says, welcome, follow the account. The Evangelist Spicule says stop going so fast.
I know, I'm trying to go fast but not go so fast.
Omega Sigma 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 says Stuntman don't drive too fast, it will spook him.
Oh, I know.
The Evangelist Spicule says you'll scare him. Omega Sigma 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 says, oh wow, I love this purple on this car. The Evangelist Spicule says it's a donut car off the purple blank Sultan I got. The Evangelist Spicule says used her to put the wheels on.
How we doing out there?
Omega Sigma 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 says I still need that Norway van.
You still haven't been able to figure out how to get it?
The Evangelist Spicule says tradings is like full patched. I'd go to someone else I can't get to work. The Vegenous Aspicule says it sucks, but even Wi-Fi tried and no dice. Stuntman Fanatic once says that the Vegenous Aspicule laugh free.
Did you make it go up? Do it again.
The Vegenous Aspicule says it's not that kind stunt.
Oh, it doesn't jump up?
The Vegenous Aspicule says, look.
Ah! Oh, I got you. All right. What are you doing next?
The Vegenous Aspicule says it's on the stock option. It's a donut car, not a lowrider.
Oh, I got you. So what makes it a donor car? So you have one of those cars?
The Vegenous Aspicule says it's used to mod others for the bennies.
And how do you get them?
Omega Sigma says, yeah, I want a Big Mac meal with large fry large. Sweet tea and medium Oreo milkshake double cheeseburger. The Vegenous Aspicule says I had this lying around and margin. Omega Sigma says chicken nuggets with spicy dipping sauce.
Nah, no spicy dipping sauce. I still have chicken wings. Oh God, I have chicken wings. I've been eating the same 3.
Omega Sigma says make the chicken nuggets, a 20-piece.
Yep. It's the only size you can
The
eat.
Vegenous Aspicule says I can show you how to merge, but the glitching out it's styming based.
I think it's way too much for me to learn how to merge. I don't think I care enough. I don't know. I don't think it.
Stuntman Fanatic once says Yo Quiero Pizza. The Vegenous Aspicule says it can be annoying. Yeah, you wanna buy this car though? Omega Sigma says I believe the big arch new burger I needed. The Vegenous Aspicule says and at harder hydraulics.
What's that big arch? Is that the Whopper version?
The Vegenous Aspicule says I'm not gonna TBH. The Vegenous Aspicule says just here for the bennies and green windows. Omega Sigma 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 says make sure you stop by Sweet Frog for ice cream. Make sure you put everything candy on it. Omega Sigma 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 says law.
Yeah, I'm gonna have those chicken wings.
Omega Sigma 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 says I don't know was being random. Omega Sigma 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 says I really done eat that much anyways in 120. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says welcome, follow the account. Omega Sigma 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 says really dead. The Vegenus Aspicule says twink low. The Vegenus Aspicule says I wanted my trash. The Vegenus Aspicule says I wanted to fly at MB.
Oh.
Omega Sigma 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 says yay, but most of it is muscle. The Vegenus Aspicule says feel the walkthrough. Omega Sigma 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 says I don't drink, neither do I smoke, but I only vape, which quitting that soon. I have 50 kids and 8 wives. The Vegenus Aspicule says look behind you, stunt.
What's up? Oh, how can I help? Can't handle the heat, my friend? Okay, leave it with creepy Uncle Lester.
The Evangelist Aspicial says that looks sick.
So how many people will we have on the server today?
The Evangelist Aspicial says 27.
I'm talking about people that we know here.
The Evangelist Aspicial says just me and Watku. Stuntman Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account.
Thank you for following.
Hey, thanks for following Smoke Penny 34.
The Evangelist Aspicial says landed safely.
You did? You saw how I landed that plane? That was beautiful.
zone with mounted lucky and strong legs like my mother. They run for cover when I need it, and these two eyes are for no other. The deity will cry a river. At your feet, I'm at your feet. Whenever.
The Vegenous Aspicule says it's not hard, it's a glider with a booster. Stuntman Fanatic once says, welcome, follow the account.
I have a feeling it's going to be Trackify.
The Vegenous Aspicule says, wow, NPC made me lose control.
Oh no.
The Vegenous Aspicule says right into a wall with no control.
I knew it was going to be Trackify.
Omega Sigma 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 says I blew my own car up because it was garbage. The Vegenous Aspicule says the slam van is bad for Omega Sigma 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 says, wait, there was a slam van.
What's a slam van? Van.
The Vegenous Aspicule says not, it's called the slam van, Watfu. Omega Sigma 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 says, so I blew up a slam van. Omega Sigma 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 says, Dev, you can't park there. The Vegenous Aspicule says, no, you blew up the truck version, not the Lost. The Vegenus Aspicial says it bugged us out.
Frequency. Listen.
This is the rhythm. This is the code.
Stuntman Fanatic once says, welcome, follow the account.
Future sound system on a heavy road.
Dare bus.
Omega Sigma 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 says, oh my battle mount.
You're okay, you can get up, come on. You can make it. You're full of life, look at you.
Listen.
You're gonna sprunk up real quick, look. Get up.
Stuntman Fanatic once says,
Systems are go. Brace yourself for D-E-R-B.
Listen.
the Vegenus Aspicial says MD was gonna sticky that truck.
Hey, what can I do for you? No problem. Got something for you.
Okay, boss, today we're legit. We got a client getting washed. Told them the owner would collect and drop off the car personally and in spotless condition. I just love hearing him smile, you know? Once you arrive, look for a lockbox. The owner should have dropped the car keys in there for you.
Stuntman Fanatic 1 says, welcome, follow the account.
Hey, Dev, you said you're really good at tennis?
The Evangelist Aspicial says we're in a fighter.
We're in a fight with who? Oh, I see.
The Evangelist Aspicial says Brown attacked us, ignore us for now.
Alright. Tengo hambre. Están pegando las tripas.
The Evangelist Aspicial says Pop goes for us. The Evangelist Aspicial says he went ghost.
Oh, okay. By the way, thank you.
Stuntman Fanatic 1 says welcome, follow the account. Omega Sigma 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 says 12:09 a.m.
We got the updates again.
The Vegenus Aspicule says lol. The Vegenus Aspicule says, now what about tennis?
You want to play?
The Vegenus Aspicule says I need to set up my Elgato though.
Oh, because you want to record it?
The Vegenus Aspicule says, how would I get your POV plus mine to if I'm on my PC watching? The Vegenus Aspicule says I'm one monitor on.
I don't know.
The Vegenus Aspicule says I'll just use my IPD hole up. The Vegenus Aspicule says got my Elgato ready.
Go ahead, send me an invite to play tennis then.
The Vegenus Aspicule says I'd hole up. The Vegenus Aspicule says I need to get set up, please wait.
Review just in. Beautiful work, excellent service. Fell in love with the guy on the phone, 5 stars. Uh-huh.
The Evangelist Espicual says don't have the option to start it.
You don't?
The Evangelist Espicual says no, I can't start at FSR.
Let me see if I can.
Hey, buddy!
Stuntman Fanatic once says,
Hey, Rachel, what's up?
Is that an MC?
the Evangelist Espicual says you started coups I cannot with it shown.
Watch yourself.
Flying.
The Evangelist Espicual says send you an invite.
Alright, just one sec.
The Evangelist Espicual says leave and accept it.
Really? We're gonna go 3 sets? By the way, I suck at this, so.
The Evangelist Espicual says 3 cars, why not? Let's go long.
Alright, let's try this.
The Vegenus Aspicial says lol.
Are you serving me? Really? No, not there.
The Vegenus Aspicial says dog.
Damn it! Ah.
Stuntman Fanatic 1 says, welcome, follow the account.
That wasn't out?
The Vegenus Aspicial says I told you I'm a god.
I didn't realize I do adjust quickly though. Wrong about how I never quit.
The Vegenus Aspicial says, oh my god. The Vegenus Aspicial says him like that. Omega Sigma 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 says 12:28 a.m.
Oh my lord!
The Vegenus Aspicial says no way.
I don't know why I didn't hit that one. Really?
The Vegenus Aspicial says I told you this my sport. The Vegenus Aspicial says how.
had you there.
Omega Sigma 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 says G freaking G lol.
Huh?
Stuntman Fanatic once says. The Vegenus Aspicial says annihilation lol. The Vegenus Aspicial says it impressed on the skill issue.
Huh? You're impressed on the skill issue? What do you mean?
The Vegenus Aspicial says like I feel so bad now.
What are you feeling bad?
The Vegenus Aspicial says no way I got a triple feed on you with aces. The Vegenus Aspicial says how is this happening?
How is what happening? You know, it's only the second time I played tennis, right?
Omega Sigma 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 says 12:37 a.m. The Vegenous Aspicial says, are you distracted by my top man? The Vegenous Aspicial says, like, actually, this is an ass.
This is only the second time I played Tenet, by the way.
The Vegenous Aspicial says OBS is going wild. The Vegenous Aspicial says there is no recover. The Vegenous Aspicial says this 1v1 tennis isn't going well. The Vegenous Aspicial says ha ha ha. The Vegenous Aspicial says you tried low. Stuntman Fanatic once says laugh cree laugh cree. The Vegenus Aspicial says 12-0 is crazy. The Vegenus Aspicial says how the hell.
It's okay, I'm okay with that.
The Vegenus Aspicial says I told you I'm a god at tennis. The Vegenus Aspicial says we gotta take a pic after this.
Alright, let's do that. Is everybody in the same session again?
The Vegenus Aspicial says I was born raised that sport. Stuntman Fanatic once says welcome, follow the account. The Vegenus Aspicial says I'ma invite you who's not the one you would probably get his sweats only.
What the fuck?
The Vegenus Aspicial says you do not want to be in there.
Where in this? Let me get it sweets.
The Vegenus Aspicial says yeah, that's session.
Why?
The Vegenus Aspicial says I made her invite. The Vegenus Aspicial says full of tryhards that will attack you for no reason.
Why do you say that?
The Vegenus Aspicial says dude the names. But look, I know it from a mile away.
Oh, I got you.
The Vegenus Aspicial says it gets obvious at times. Well, do it in my mansion.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down and look back.
The Vegenus Aspicial says we can do it by my podium.
Look who in here?
The Vegenus Aspicial says downstairs who's my truck. The Vegenus Aspicial says I'ma do rockstar edits. Omega Sigma 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 says no, I got off for the night.
Oh, okay. Luca, were you impressed by my tennis skills?
The Vegenus Aspicial says come inside. The Vegenous Aspicial says he'll have the camera where you are. The Vegenous Aspicial says get next to me. The Vegenous Aspicial says and face forward. The Vegenous Aspicial says go. The Vegenous Aspicial says again. The Vegenous Aspicial says let's go at the same time.
All right.
The Vegenous Aspicial says 3 to 1 go. The Vegenous Aspicial says perfect. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says laughcree laughcree. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says thumb thumb. The Vegenous Aspicial says I'ma go cook now.
Alright.
The Vegenous Aspicial says come get some cocktails while you're here.
Now I'm gonna go walk back. I'm gonna go ahead and end this show. I'm gonna end the stream outside. I'm just gonna go take a look at the pool bar.
The Vegenous Aspicial says out at the pool.
Alright, fine, I'll go to the pool.
The Vegenous Aspicial says a www. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says that's spectacular. The Vegenous Aspicial says I'ma hop off it to get a clip for you and go back on. The Vegenous Aspicial says, oh, I can't clip it. The Vegenous Aspicial says, not the rock star at least. Omega Sigma 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 says 12:51 a.m. The Vegenous Aspicial says Xbox will do. The Vegenous Aspicial says go till you black out lol.
Or fall into the pool. I got this, I got this, I got this.
The Vegenous Aspicial says wanna see if you stay in my mansion. Stuntman Fanatic 1 says lol. The Vegenous Aspicial says lol.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Evangelist Aspicual says, dude, you're tweaking TF out. Stuntman Fanatic once says.
Alright, guys. Alright, guys. We'll see you guys on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Omega Sigma 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 says, have a good night.
Good night, guys. Hope you had fun.